Hello, everyone. We are back. It's been 2 weeks, but we are back for another game of the Dead Realms campaign. I am your humble DM, Tyler, and today our fellow players will begin their first dungeon. Spoiler alert. But we will continue where we last left off. But first, we got a new face on screen. So, for our new player, if you would so kindly introduce us to the viewers.
Hello, my name is Matt, and I will be playing Blue later today.
All right. And then next would be the returning cast from our Discord. So let's start with the next one down underneath me, besides the producer, of course, which would be Mike.
Oh. Hey, Mike, playing Rico, Artificer and World's Worst Cleric. So, see how that goes.
All right, next one down.
I'm Sirius. I am playing Axius, a Barbarian Rune Knight.
All right, then finally, our final player for the evening.
Hello, my name's Bob. I'm playing Ichabod Iron Eyes, the fighter.
All right, let's start this, guys. The first dungeon. So, recap for the viewers and for the players, because it's been a while. You guys traversed the Thunder Peaks because that's what you guys as a group decided to. While traveling through, you've managed to scavenge for some supplies, and then you saw a very big city. And you guys had the option of either trying to go through it and maybe get some cool stuff, or go around it. Rico and Bellathor decided to go through it to find some cool shit while trying to avoid a massive horde. While they were unsuccessfully trying to find some cool stuff, what Axius noticed was that there was a flying creature hovering over the city, and it didn't show up until the group regrouped at the end of the city, where they encountered a young green dragon who was looking for them to have a snack. Battle was done, crits were rolled on both sides, and in the end, the dragon, fearing for its life and not wanting to die, flew away, but not before dropping a couple of scales in which Ichabod collected, which we'll get into in a couple moments. Afterwards, you guys discovered that there was a fungal colony underneath your carriage, just chilling there, and apparently Varen offered them on board and healed some of your guys' wounds. You guys then traveled a couple days, encountered some random encounters, and there was a crossroads that you guys decided to go. You could either take the safe, knowing that the enemy is getting closer and closer to you. The group made a decision of which way to go. They could either go through the deserts, but potentially have the cart severely damaged or worse, lose it. You guys could take the long road, which would take you safely, but the enemy could catch up, or you could take a quicker route through the mountains and other rough terrain, but have several encounters. After some arguments and some discussion, you guys decided to go with the encounters. But since we were close to time, I rolled for them. Out of the 5 possible encounters, you encountered 4 of them. And out of those 4, you unsuccessfully failed in 1. In which all of you have 1 level of exhaustion. So all of you will be rolling with -2 to all d20 rolls for the rest of the night. Ichabod, let's discuss something. Your character collected some green dragon skills. You as a blacksmith know that with these dragon skills, you have a couple of options. You could either put these dragon skills on some of the armor of your current allies to give them either minor buffs, or you could attempt to make scale mail, which would probably be the best armor that the group will have. Its benefits, I will tell you if you decide to. Or you could attempt to make a shield with set scales. What would you like to do based on the amount of scales you've collected?
Nobody uses a shield, right?
I do.
You do.
I'd like to.
Do I have enough to make 2 shields?
No. You could either make scale mail, a shield, or give armor upgrade up to 2 armor or shield upgrades to one of your comrades. But they're not going to be as good as the armor and the shield you would have crabbed.
I'd rather make a full set of armor for Axe, since he's more of our frontline fighter.
He's like,
No,
nope.
I don't wear armor. I'm a barbarian.
Oh, you don't wear armor, you're a barbarian, that's right.
What about Anea? We're decked out in fucking dragon plate.
No, what are we doing? No.
She does have a current AC of 14, so keep that in mind. With 8 hit
Yeah,
points, by the
that's
way.
one less than what I got. We don't know the new guy yet, so I guess it maybe make a shield for our cleric.
Okay. So
Or
this is
what do you guys think we should do with these skills?
up to the player, so
And I'm looking at the 3 I have now, or Rico and Axe.
If we do the minor upgrades, can we salvage the scales and do something with them later on? Or is that like a permanent?
based on the skills collected, you could upgrade up to 2. You can either upgrade armor or upgrade shields, but it's not going to be enough because the thing about dragon skills is that it's a hard metal, so as far as protection, it's good. But in the crafting process, it has a high chance of breaking. So based on the skills and we'll say the scrap you've collected throughout the past 5 days, you could either make full armor or a full shield or upgrade 2 of your allies. Stuff. So.
I mean, upgrading 2 allies is 2 allies getting buff versus 1 person benefiting. That's my opinion on it.
Seems to make the most sense.
I'm thinking Rico and Athenir if he was here.
What is your decision, Ichabod?
I'll upgrade the 2 people.
All right. So, because you're deciding to upgrade, the DC won't be as high versus just crafting armor. You do have smith tools, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So here's what you have to do. I want you to make... What kind of check would this be? Let's say this would require Constitution, because Dragon Scales is very hard to craft because of the delicacy of it. So
Would
I would like
I
you...
be able to help?
If you want, yeah, you can help him get with advantage. So, with advantage, you're going to make 2 checks. So, first check. I'm assuming you would want to upgrade Axios' shield.
Yeah.
All right. Constitution check with advantage, adding your proficiency bonus because you have smith tools.
Would that be the con save to hit?
So it's your it's a D20 plus your con modifier plus your proficiency bonus because you are proficient with smith tools.
Yeah, that would be the +5 in my con.
Yep.
I'll just hit that.
Good luck.
That's a con save.
That's a con save. I'm asking for a check. So it's just your con modifier plus your proficiency bonus. My D&D Beyond is not working right. I have to refresh it. So what'd you roll?
I can't hear you
what's
for
your-
some reason, Bob.
Let's see here. Do we have technical issues? Hope not. Let's see here. Bob, I think you're muted. So, try speaking now. Technical issues, folks. It's fine. It happens.
All the screws went bad.
There you go. So, what'd you roll for the check?
I rolled
This
the
is
13.
the result. 13. That is just a DC. So, you two, you, Ichabod, and you, Axios, decided to use these dragon scales to good use to better the shield, and you do so. The shield at this part is covered in green dragon scales, and it's hard, and you could know for certain, Axios, that you're are a little bit more protected. You now have a +1 shield, and as long as you are holding the shield, because it is from a green dragon, you gain resistance to poison damage. As long as you are holding the shield.
Nice.
Alright, now let's go with the second check for, I'm assuming, to upgrade Rico's armor.
Yeah.
Alright, make that check. Con save with advantage. Because you're getting help. Con check, excuse me. Yep, I'll do it. What kind of armor are you currently wearing, Rico?
Breastplate.
Breastplate. So this breastplate is just like a standard breastplate where it's just like hard silver or dirtied silver, whatnot. Afterwards, it looks like you're wearing dragon scales on it, and it's covering you. You have +1 armor, and as long as you are wearing it, you gain resistance to poison damage.
Yes.
So that
Thank you
is
so
what
much, Bob.
work of an iron is. Now, let's discuss on one of the days you guys are going to the Tomb of the Red Skull. On one of your encounters, you've encountered a group of bandits who are holding a blue dragonborn for whatever reason, but he was clearly outnumbered, so you intervened and helped him out. At this point, I want you guys to roleplay the aftermath, where you guys killed 4 of the bandits that were trying to go after this blue dragonborn. And on these bandits, it's all 4 of them have shitty short swords, and all of them have shitty leather armor. But at the end of it, you defeated them, and then whoever remained left, and now you just have this blue dragonborn. So this is the aftermath of said attack.
Have you come to kill me too?
No, you were outnumbered. This is better than what we've been fighting the past couple days. I'll tell you that. They just start kicking one, just triumphantly.
Sure.
Well, much appreciated. These people, if you will, did not believe me when I said that I had no healing capability at the moment. They seemed set that just because I have clerical abilities that I would be able to heal them. So my thanks for rescuing me.
What the hell are you doing out here alone?
Long story short, I'm looking for a black dragonborn and heard he was in this area. Haven't found anybody to say otherwise, but figured it'd be worth the look.
This,
I see who's
friend of yours?
bullshitting me.
You want to see who's
Insight check,
bullshitting
everyone. Got
and make an insight check. So, by the way, Blue, at this point, you are seeing a tiefling, a gray tiefling, excuse me, along with a human teenage girl wearing a chain shirt with a pike and a short sword and a dagger. You also see a half elf looking like a blacksmith with some armor and a sword. And you also see this little halfling wearing green armor on him. And he seems to have like a cannon he's holding. And you guys see a blue dragonborn wearing some clerical monk gi. It's a mixture. It's like a monk from a monastery, basically.
And
What
there's
was
also-
the
See how
insight
much
check?
check.
There's also
Okay.
a short bow and a throwing spear tied to the backpack.
Okay. You rolled a 15. Blue, are you bullshitting him?
Nope, I am looking for a black dragonborn.
Alright, he's being very truthful.
Is this a friend of yours?
Childhood friend, yes. Adult friend, no. At least I don't think so. I'm not entirely sure. Our monastery was attacked by undead, and that was right around the time that I discovered that this particular dragonborn was practicing undead magic. So I'm currently looking for them to try and figure out what happened that night.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna pull out the map and just flash the Ankh just to see where the purple and green.
Okay. They are currently at. So what you see and what you see, Blue, is that they pull out a map and they are holding an Ankh, a weird holy symbol you haven't quite seen at all. This is like the first time we've seen this kind of symbol. But the Ankh is hovering over the map, and you could see on the map, closer to where you guys are at, there's a red dot that's pulsing towards the Thunder Peak area, which is like days away. You see a purple and a green light just going back and forth, and it's going back and forth between purple and green, and it's going back and forth around the Thunder Peak area.
I look at Blue, I was like, would you be able to recognize this Black Dragon's voice if you heard it?
For sure.
You said they're a couple days away?
Yeah, they're a couple days away. They're basically where you guys are at, where like the green dragon was. So it's like 4 days away, because this is day 4 on journey. So.
And then looking at Blue, was like, you sure he was performing necromancy before all of this started?
Unbeknownst to them, they were practicing raising dead pets. So cats, dogs, lizards, small things. So whether or not they were actually able to summon something of a larger size, I don't know. That is why I'm looking for them.
You see this little teenage girl, she says, well, what is your name?
You can call me Blue for now.
I'm purple. I shrug.
I'm a terrible cleric.
Anea looks at both of you and then looks at Blue and says, that's Axius, pointing to the tiefling, and then that's Rico, pointing to the halfling.
Well, like I said, I appreciate the rescue.
And this is
Well,
Ichabod, and she points to the blacksmith, so.
We'd love to help you search for your friend with the dead pets, but Mr. Anubis gave us a job, and we're kind of prioritizing that, I think.
Well, a favor I can do, I can accompany you for now. Hopefully, it's in our adventures we can uncover the whereabouts of my friend.
Yeah, I feel like your friend's gonna see us very soon. I just put the map away.
Okay. Alright. You have a monk/cleric in the party now. Blue has been added to your party. Alright, another day goes by. You take a level of exhaustion from the fight, we'll say that. So you guys arrive at the entrance to your destination, the Tomb of the Red Skull, as it was named. Now let me just go into the Discord chat and show you a picture of it. I'm gonna show you a very terrible drawing I drew, but hopefully it'll serve its purpose.
Can we check the map just to make sure that we're on track?
You don't have to. You don't have to check them. Oh, you check the map in game.
Yeah.
Okay. You check the map in game, and you check the enemy is still around the Thunder Peak area. So you're actually making good time. So you know for a fact that they're not immediately behind you. That they are days away. So let me just click on this. Okay. Boom. Here it is. It should appear. Boom. Yes, I know. Terrible drawing. I'm not an artist. Don't sue me. But this is what you see. You see a cave, and in the face of the cave, you see this weird circular door that is clearly closed, and judging from the picture, you can pretty much assume how it's opened. But the cave itself is 20 feet tall, and you see 3 statues, one on each side of the cave on the left and right, and one directly above the cave. In comparison to the rest of the statues, the one above the cave looks severely damaged, with half of it being destroyed, assumingly because it is on top of the cave, so therefore it suffers worse conditions. However, you could clearly see that is holding a staff, along with a skull on top of it. And along that, the other two statues you clearly see actually have an image. The left statue is a skeletal humanoid wearing a crown on his head with a hand gripping like this on his right hand and holding the staff in the other hand, again with a skull on top. The opposite to him is heavily robed, assumingly wearing wizard gear, and he is clutching what seems like to be a book in his left hand and holding the staff in the right hand with a skull on top of it. And you can see on the actual like circular door, it seems that there was some kind of image there, but you're not too. But due to assumingly time, the image at this appears fading, and whatever remains is basically some kind of what seems like to be a pattern going towards the center of this door as you assist the entrance. It is midday. All of you are exhausted, so you all have -2 to all rolls. And what do you do, guys?
Snake, dolphin.
By the way, the statues are 10 feet tall, but are actually huge as far as size is concerned. So what do you
Finally
do?
made it. You want to camp out for a bit? Take a long rest? Take a nap?
Yeah, I guess we're still ahead of time.
Yeah, I already see Bell knocked out. He's in the car.
I can keep watch for you if you all need to rest.
Don't overexert yourself.
I'll be fine.
All right. Long rest then before entering the cave. Keep in mind, This will be your one long rest within 24 hours.
Yeah, let's go around the clock.
Let's do it.
All right. All of you take a long rest, which is just all hit points and stuff like that. But at this point, all your hit points should be healed up. All your abilities should be ready to go. And at this point, based on the number of days you've had, all your hit dice should be replenished at this point. So you had a long rest. You no longer have a level of exhaustion. At this point, the sun is setting, is about to set, and you have yet to make progress. You check the map, and the enemy's still kind of in the position they were earlier that day. So what do you guys do now?
Let's try to find an opening to this.
I would like to investigate the statues.
Which one?
Let's
right,
go
or
with
above?
the one on the right, the mage.
Investigation check.
Yeah, buddy. 23.
You see that this mage used to be detailed, but it's slowly losing it. But you do investigate and notice that most of the parts are solid. However, the only part that doesn't seem to be solid is the hand where it's holding the staff, where it has like divots in between like each joint. And you also see the belt loop around it with a handle. It seems like it has some kind of handle on the waist, and that is also not solid. So you are assuming that these parts move.
Can I tell what other configurations they move to? Like, does the staff move up and down in the hand, or how does
You're
that...
not too sure. You're not too sure. You just know that the hand could possibly move, along with this belt loop on the center, like waist area of this statue can move. You don't know how though.
I'll share that with the party.
Go ahead, share.
It's got like a belt loop and like something with the hand that can move. I guess I'll investigate the other one.
Okay.
I'm gonna climb to the top one. What? I said I was gonna climb to the top statue.
The top
to investigate
statue?
it.
Okay. Investigation checks for both of you. What is Blue and Ichabod doing while this is going on?
17.
Okay. Then
Keeping an eye out for any sort of danger.
Okay.
3.
Oh boy. All right. Ichabod, what are you doing during this time? You are muted. You're on mute, Bob.
I'll be checking the forest areas, making sure there's no dead coming out.
All right. What is you two's passive perceptions?
Can you find it?
Mine is 13.
Okay.
I thought you said minus 13. You have no
14.
business looking out.
Okay, 14. So both of you, other than like the occasional like small critter, there seems to be no danger approaching you guys.
Okay.
So investigation check. Rico, very similar to the first statue you investigated. It's similar but opposite. So instead of the right hand, it is the left hand of this statue that seems to have divots in between the hands, the elbow, the shoulder, and again around the waist area. Same thing. Axios, you just see like a broken statue. It's half broken.
Yo, the statue's broke.
He says this out loud on top of a 20-foot cave.
Do we
You
need to
want-
put something in the belt loop, or
I think the arms move. Top one's broken. Yeah, I guess I'll try to move the arm on
Okay.
the statue.
You are a halfling, so you're about 4 feet. The statue is 10 feet and tall. You can't reach the arm unless
And
you
by
climb
that,
on
I
it.
mean,
I'm gonna
I
climb
will ask
down.
Axios.
I'm gonna climb down. Use my giant smite to grow 10 feet tall, and literally take whatever direction that Rico's telling me to put these arms in.
All right, Blue, you see this average height or slightly above average height tiefling just grow into the size of an ogre in an instant. You see this, Blue.
is that something you can do all the time, or every so
For a
often?
minute. For 1 minute.
All right. So you're trying to move the arm, Axios?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna point it. I think wherever Rico, because I didn't notice anything on the top one. Whatever Rico would decide the arms to go.
So you can tell that the arms move as you're moving it. You can see it's like, but you feel it gaining resistance. As you're trying to like force it towards the middle, you see that the hand actually tilts and is pointing like towards the center where the center circle is. But you're gaining resistance. You get the feeling that something needs to be done in order for this hand to move. You can't really force it into it, lest you break it in your giant form.
Something with the belt loop?
I'll try the belt loops.
Cool. Make a strength check.
With advantage, because I'm a giant.
Because you're big right now.
Yeah, 12.
As a giant, that is enough. You pull on the belt loop, you see that it is a chain that is like coming out. And as you are pulling on set belt loop, you see the hand going like pointing towards the center as you're pulling it. Do you hold on to it?
I'm gonna grab the belt loop from the other statue. I'm gonna start doing some cable flies. I'm gonna start pulling the chains
All right.
together.
This one, I need you to make another strength check. Without advantage because you're holding one end with all your strength and now you gotta hold the other. So this is just a regular strength roll. So
Can I go into a rage to give myself advantage?
you know what? I'll allow it. You're trying to give yourself a good workout, so I'll allow this. So you use a rage as you yell angrily as you pull this other cable. So make a check with advantage.
Dang it, a 10.
Just enough. You are a giant, so this is feasible. So you pull it on the second loop. You see the opposite statue with the book going, and it matches, basically touching the other statue. You could see that it's forming like a bottom part from like nose down, a skull in the center, and it's starting to glow a little bit. Do you hold on to both of them?
Yeah.
So you're in your giant form at the moment, so no problems yet. What do
Ichabod.
you all do?
Ichabod Blue, I think we need to pull something up there. And by we, I mean you.
Hurry!
Yeah, most likely. And I'll spend a key point to jump up to see if there's a spot to pull on a belt loop on that third one.
All right, you jump on Axios' back. You just jump on it. Whee! You jump on there, and you do see the belt loop. Due to the information given out, you could tell, yeah, this is ready to pull. However, this one's a little bit more damaged in comparison to the rest.
May have a bit of an issue. This one's got some damage done to it, and
I'm gonna
I don't know
turn
if there's
and
any way.
I'm going to turn and use my tail to pull that one. With me.
Okay. So here's what's gonna happen. I need you to make at this point a strength check with disadvantage because this is with your tail. So
Not a saving throw?
go ahead.
Okay.
Well, I'd be helping
That
him
check.
trying to pull it.
All right, so just a regular roll then, because you're using your tail. So just a regular strength check. So
Thank you.
instead of disadvantage. So
14? No, 16.
okay, good news and bad news. Good news, you are pulling it with your tail. Surprisingly, you have great tail strength. However, Blue, what you're seeing is that the chain is slowly breaking. What do you do as it's deteriorating from age? In comparison, you see it, and the statue above goes, and it's like halfway there, but you see the chain is breaking. What do you do?
This chain's about to snap. Any ideas?
I mean, I could cast mending,
Think
but
of the leaks.
It's starting to break. What are you doing?
How? Take my rope, put it through one link, and run it through the other link, and tie them together.
It's starting to snap. As
Just
Axis is
grab
pulling it
onto
with his
the
tail.
end that would go back into the statue.
Okay, make a strength check.
So does it just snap and I fall?
Well, we're gonna find out soon, depending on this rule. So, D&D Beyond strength check. Oh no!
We're off to the good start with this character.
Unfortunately, natural one. That's unfortunate. You're about to reach for it, but you're seconds too late as it snaps. The chain goes into the statue. Axis, you see that the chain, whatever chain you were pulling, like, is falling down and just hits the ground. And also, the chain goes right into the statue, and the statue's like half stuck, like in its position, like holding the staff like this way. That being said, it's been a minute, so at this point, you're back into your form, and it's very hard to hold both chains. I need you to make a strength check because you rage less. Well, you use rage a few
Can I
seconds,
grab
so
one
I'll
of the
grant you.
chains?
Sure. So both of you make strength checks. The DC is higher because you're not in your giant form. So
But I'm still raging, so that's still advantage.
you're still raging, so you don't get disadvantage because you were holding two. So
No, but I get advantage because... Wait.
so you're holding both things. So
No, Ichabod
you-
said he's
and-
grabbing one, so
Ah!
he's grabbing...
Gotcha. I see. All right. With that 20 roll, you're managed to hold on, but it's like tensing up, and it's like it's hurting you just keeping these locked up.
No, I thought Ichabod was holding one, I'm holding one.
Oh yeah. So both of you are holding, but there's so much like pullback that
Yes,
like you're just holding on at this point. So what are the rest of you doing as Ichabod and Axios are trying to hold these two together? At this point, the staffs are going, and they're kind of stuck there at the moment.
are the chains touching each other, or can they touch each other?
What do you mean by that?
Like
Elaborate, please.
the two belt loops, can you tie them together?
It's going to be hard because it's strength, and plus, keep in mind there's feedback pulling, so who knows what could happen.
Is there any device at the end of the chain that like hooks into the ground or anything?
No.
Right.
are you doing,
Any
guys?
way that we can wedge something into the chain to stop it from retracting? Fuck if I know, man. Is there anything around?
I'm gonna scream for Nea to use her dagger and her short sword to jam into each of the links.
There's an idea.
Okay, she does so. She jabs the short sword and the dagger into the links. Okay, we'll see what happens in a few seconds. Rico, what are you doing? Well, Blue, what are you doing at this point? You're on top of the statue. At this point, the chain is just barely showing. It's like in the whole piece, like in the loop. So you see that clearly, but probably have to put your hand in it.
Yeah. Can I try forcing the arms down the way they were going?
You could. I just need to know how you will be able to do that, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, so I assume that the statue is like standing straight out from the wall above the door?
Yeah.
Is
So
that
right now the statue is like currently stuck on this position, like it's halfway down with the staff.
okay? Could I? Hmm. Could I not try and like wedge myself in between the body and the arms and just keep pushing the arms down the way they were going?
Okay. See, what kind of check would this be?
I'd like to give you guidance, so you can add a d4 to the ability check.
See, well, it doesn't help that I have a -1 on my strength.
So you're just rocking back and forth with your body, trying to like push it down, right?
Pretty much.
Okay. So we'll say because you are above 20 feet, this would be an acrobatics check because you're trying to maintain balance. Ritual.
So
7.
that'll be a total of 6.
Oof, that's rough. Rocking back and forth. It's not budging. You guys just see Blue just walking back and forth on the statue, and there seems to be no movement. However, he almost trips, but he manages to catch himself.
Can
At
I
this
climb
point,
up
I
there and help him?
Sure. While you're climbing up there, I'm gonna need Axios and Ichabod to make another strength check to maintain hold with these chains.
Oh, 7.
So Ichabod, you hold on to yours, which is the right one. Axios, you lose grip and your muscles just give out, and then Luke tries to go in. However, okay, so to clarify, short sword or dagger into the one that you are holding, Axios?
Short sword. Dagger would be an Ichabod's.
Okay, so the chain is like the short sword breaks, but it seems to like stop the chain from going in further. But at this point, this is the center, and it's stuck in that position. And whatever short sword remains is like wiggling in there, so it's gonna stay there for a bit, but you don't know how long. But you have she's lost a short sword.
Forearms. Ah. Oh, damn it. These things are heavy.
Rico, look at the belt again. See if there's like a little switch you click to make the chain stay out. Like an off and on switch.
I mean, I rolled a 23 on investigation, and I didn't see anything else.
Alright. Rico, you're climbing on top of this, and you see Blue just try to walk back and forth, trying to force the staff down at some point, but it seems to not work. You even see him trip a couple times when he catches his balance.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to help him out, force those arms down.
Okay. Both of you make acrobatics checks.
I'll give him guidance, so you can add 1d4.
Okay.
And I could have really used that guidance.
Oh no. Oh well. Alright. So, good news and bad news. Good news. The staff begins to lower just enough, just barely entering the center. And as it barely enters the center, you see that just on the outer perimeters of this circle where the skulls meet forms one big skull, and it all glows, and it's just enough that the door starts to open like bad news. Rico, make a dexterity saving throw to see if you're able to catch the cliffside as you are falling 20 feet.
Sweet. 16?
You're falling halfway. You manage to grab the side of the cliff from where you were falling, and you're kind of stuck halfway down towards the cave, and you just manage to just barely hang on. Blue, you just walk right up based on your check. So, but the door is open. And as it opens, this rotating door opens, and at this point, all the staffs go, and as it does, a magical barrier opens past the cave. This goes as this magical aura is forming what seems like to be a path into the cave.
Mark, you guys! Help!
You all right down there? And I'll start making my way down.
Sure.
Anea, go grab your dagger, and I'm gonna jostle the short sword out of the other chain, and throw it away so the people behind us don't know what to do.
It's cool, I got
Okay.
this. Totally fine.
She grabs her dagger.
Fucking forearms. God dang it. I'm gonna run over and I'm just gonna have my my weak ass arms out to catch Rico just in case.
Your hand is like big. There's like a bunch of calluses on your hands at this point. So.
My forearms are just like jello. I was like, yeah.
All right, catch me, and I drop.
All right.
So just in case. And he's like, yep.
Whee!
I'm
All
like
right.
20 feet up. That's reasonable. I weigh like 40 pounds.
This is a WWE.
Axis, make
Got
a
this.
perception check to see Rico. So, I guess so.
Oh, I'm so glad you got expertise in perception. That's a 11.
Yep, you clearly see a halfling falling down halfway down the cave. You just catch him.
Oh,
They hear your calloused hands along with your forearms, making a more sword.
God dang. Oh. I said just in case, not. Oh.
Thanks.
Let's go.
Are these injuries something that cure wounds would help with?
Well, just time a massage.
Yep, that's basically what you got there. You just need a little bit of rest. Just a massage or just a quick few minutes.
All right, I'll give your hands a little massage.
I yanked my arms away and just angrily walked out the cave. And now let's go.
All right, you can see that there's an entrance to the cave. What do you do?
Walk on in. Is it big enough for the horse and cart?
Yes.
Yeah, let's bring it in. We're gonna leave it at the entrance and let you on the inside.
Alright.
Okay. So you bring everything in. Cool.
Yep.
All right.
Pick up the broken sword and bring that in too.
Okay.
Even
You have
in
a
the
broken
bag,
short sword.
if we get somewhere, I might be able to repair it.
Did you get all the pieces from the short sword? Like all the fragments?
Did it break completely? Did it shatter into pieces, or just break?
It broke into pieces, but you think it's salvageable.
All right, I'll pick up all the pieces.
All right.
All right.
You have pieces of a broken short sword, and now I change music.
I can spend a minute casting mending on it.
You should hear some cave ambience in a moment.
That a cantrip or a spell?
But it's a cantrip, but it takes a minute.
All right. You enter the cart along with the rest of your stuff. You see that as you enter, you pass through basically a magical barrier, goes almost like a scanner of sorts. And as you go in with the cart, you see that there's enough room around the entrance area where the cart will fit. But you can see that there's clearly a smaller tunnel that goes straight towards the center. And as you insert the cart and everything else, it's dark. The entrance is closed behind you.
We're
We all got dark vision, don't we? Except for
I think except for the Dragonborn, Blue, and Rico. Well,
and
Axios. Yeah, and Anea. So half your party can't see.
I don't suppose any of you have a lightning bug or some glow-in-the-dark moss by chance on you.
Just about to
No.
ask you for that.
Yeah, unfortunately, the night before, I had my material components snatched, so any of my spells that require components, I can't cast.
I'm going to pull out my 50-foot of rope and just, since they can't see me, just put the rope in their hands. Both
Sure.
all Blue, Rico, and Anea, and just start guiding the rope by my waist. Bellathor, watch the cart.
All
I'm
right.
gonna grab.
I was actually going to say that.
I'm gonna grab 3 stones off the ground and use my tinkering ability to turn them into small lights, so they each
Sure.
cast 5 feet of bright light and I'll give one to each of the blind people in the group.
All right, they'll take it, and they will thank you.
This will
Right.
keep you from tripping at least.
Thank you, Rico.
Much appreciated.
All right. And you guys walk forward.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Ichabod, just take up the rear. I'm gonna take up the front.
Okay. That being
Alright.
said, what is your guys' marching order? This is important.
First,
Second or
Who's
third.
second?
I'll take third.
You say third. Okay. Then blue will be second. I'm assuming it'll be Anea then Ichabod.
Yeah, I'll keep the girl in front of me.
Okay. You guys all travel in the line, all holding rope, all carrying rocks of light. Axios, at this point, as you are getting further into the cave, you see that the cave is getting smaller and smaller to where it almost reaches just almost your height, Axios. At this point, since you are in front of the group, I need you to make a perception check.
nat 20.
Cool. So, as you are traversing forward, you see that the ground around you, it turns into rock, and then it turns into like just regular dirt and earth. So it's quite strange where you see 10 feet in front of you that the ground looks different, like 10 feet in front of you, and then the rest of the way is continuing just as normal. So you see like this little patchy area in front of you is like a different ground in comparison to the other. And you think that this is weird.
There's this 10-foot patch of dirt here. That's weird. we should stop to see if anything has been dug up or whatnot.
Can I check for traps?
Sure. Make a... I would say make an investigation check.
Sweet. So we can say that.
So were we
26.
How
we
are
like
you
walking
investigating
on
it?
stone, or
You're walking on just like hard ground at this point. So how are you investigating this, Rico?
Visually, I don't want to poke it or anything.
You see that it is clearly in a square shape. You think it's some kind of pit of some sort.
Looks like some pit of some sort.
I'll pull my
Theme of
spear
the
out and
night,
start
boys.
poking at it.
You poke at it, the dirt gives way, and the dirt falls down 10 feet.
What's at the
Just as I
bottom?
suspected.
It is just a flat
You were right.
bottom.
That's a flat bottom, no spikes.
No spikes, no nothing. It's just a flat bottom.
You said it's 10 feet away?
At this point, you guys are in front. At this point, you guys are in front of it. At this point, it's 5 feet across and 5 feet wide, like the tunnel. So you think
Okay,
just jumping
so-
over it will be fine.
The gap is just 5 feet. All right.
Yep.
Is there space to move around the edges?
No. It's
I'm
just
gonna
a straight
look
down
I'm gonna
path.
look at Blue, and I'm just gonna. He can't see me, but I can see him straight up. So I'm gonna cast
Well-
thaumaturgy to make my eyes all glow in the dark.
Yeah, you see Axios' eyes just glow. What is the color, by the way?
Oh, glow in the dark like translucent white.
Okay. You see glowing, translucent white eyes from Axios.
You're a monk, right? You're a monk, right, Blue?
Yeah, that's a nice little trick. I can do that too, and I'll do what he did.
He copies you, Axios.
I was just doing it so you can see me, so I can communicate with you. But whatever. Could you jump with Rico on your back? Are you able to do that? Are you strong enough to do that?
Yes, I should be able to manage that. 1 second, and I'll toss the stone with the light across the pit so I can see where the landing is on the opposite side of the hole.
Yep. You do so.
Cool. I'm gonna.
You see the hole.
I'm gonna essentially have Anea piggyback on me, and I'm gonna get
Okay.
ready to jump across as well because she can't see squat, and I have 120 feet of dark vision.
Okay. Athletics check.
How long is your pike?
10 feet, but that's a 17.
Yep, you succeed. You jump over it with ease.
How long's your pike?
Next,
10 feet.
like 10 feet.
What if we laid the pike down and then scoot the carriage over. No?
The
You
carriage.
can't go. The carriage? No, the carriage is back at the entrance. It's too big to fit through this tiny, small crevice.
We left the mushroom people behind.
Yes.
Yeah, they're
All my
guarding.
tools.
No, I have your tools. The tools are in my backpack. You remember? We had this conversation.
I
You're
have
drunk.
no short-term memory.
If I was literally right next to you, if I wasn't across this hole, I'd smack you. But wait till you get over there. Just wait.
All right, Blue, ready to make that athletics check?
I'll give you
Alright, let's see.
guidance.
Let's see if you get a good roll, bro. You got this.
You said guidance, right?
Yeah, D4.
Slaps you on the shoulder with guidance. Oh boy, that's a nat one.
Can I
Yeah,
do
you
something?
fall. You and Rico
Could I tr-
fall 10 feet.
Could I
Oh,
try
you
to
want
catch
to try
him?
to grab? With a
be
nat one,
fair,
unfortunately, no.
It is
So
dark and I can't see.
yeah, and it's a nat one. So Rico, since you are on the back of Blue, you could make a dex save to try to jump off from Blue onto the thing if you want. So if you want, go ahead.
17.
You jump from Blue's shoulder onto the other side of the pit. However, Blue, unfortunately, you fall 10 feet. It was a natural one. There's really not much. You take a d10 of fall damage, and in my game, in the hardcore rules, every 10 feet is 1d10. So you take 10 points of falling damage as you fall like straight on your back into the pit.
Thanks, buddy.
And there's a very loud landing from the bottom of the pit. Like, I'm glad you made it.
He can't see me because I have dark vision. He doesn't, but I just shake my head disapproving.
All right.
Ichabod, let's go.
You see your new Dragonborn friend at the bottom of the pit.
I take my rope out. I one end around what's her face, and throw the other end over to Axis and say, "Pull." I go
What?
to throw her across.
So you want Axios to pull you?
No, pull her to get her across.
Well, Aenea's already across.
Oh,
So-
when did she go across? I'm sorry.
She jumped on Axios's back.
Oh.
So it's just you to cross,
Right.
and there's a blue
Just
Dragonborn on the ground.
jumping across, huh?
Yep, it's just
What
you.
am I doing?
Athletics.
Athletics?
See how good of jumping you do.
The Dragonborn will break your fall. It's okay.
You jump with the greatest of ease. It's a very simple jump. So, but you have a Dragonborn friend stuck down there. So
Now I take my rope out and hand it down to him to help pull him up.
okay, you climb it, no problem, no difficulty. So you have to rejoin with your party, Blue.
Oh, that's a little embarrassing. But, you know, when you can't see.
I just turn and walk away without saying anything.
Damn.
He
Alright.
can't see me because he's on dark vision. I'll just turn around.
All right. Still same marching order, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Axios, will you hold this rope? Help guide us?
Yeah, I grab it with my tail.
Sure. All right. I want all of you to click on this Owlbear Rodeo link, which we will be playing on throughout the rest of the night. So I just put it in the Dead Realms chat. Click that. Let me know when you guys join in.
I feel totally safe.
Thanks and courtesy to Dungeon Scroll, no sponsor, but the maps that I'll be showing tonight, it was made from this, a very simple map tool that everyone can use. All right, is everyone in?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, I'm there.
Cool. You see this pathway, and it leads into some kind of lobby area. As you cross the threshold, you see that torches are lit around this lobby area. As you guys get closer to this intersection, and by the way, you can move your tokens, you see a couple paths. A path to your left, a path to your right, and a path straight straight and down. However, you do see like this door right above the path in the center with stairways that lead up to it from the sides. And what's weird is that this giant door has 3 skulls on it, all glowing. Green, red, and purple. All glowing. Seems to be in front of this door, and it's floating too. All holding what seems like to be a chain in each of the skulls' mouths. So with that being said, do what you do. You can move your tokens. And at this point, everyone can see this, so.
I'm gonna stand in the middle here, and I'm gonna take a look at the right and to the left of me with my 120 feet of dark vision. What do I see?
You see a path that leads into 2 rooms left and right, each with a door in front of it.
Should we split up, or do you want to stay together?
Let's not split the party.
Say, without a torch or some sort of light source, I can't really do anything, so...
He said the whole room was lit up.
Yeah, the whole room is lit up right now.
Did you drop your stone?
No, I would have picked it back up. Okay, so this entire square here is lit up. We can actually see.
Yeah, you could see all this. The path's leading down a bit, and you see this area. Let me just get my highlighter tool. So you see like all this area lit up for the most part.
So there are doors at the end of these paths?
Axius sees them. The rest of you do not.
Hey, I got dark vision.
He has 120 feet, Bob.
Oh.
Sorry.
Can I walk up to these skulls and investigate them? I don't want to touch them. I just want to look.
You go up to the skulls. You see an inscription on the door in common, and you see that all 3 of these skulls have what seems like to be a keyhole, and all these skulls are holding a chain in their mouths. The inscription on the door says, and let me just read my notes, 3 skulls trapped in purgatory. Keys of 3 you need to set them free. 3 tasks to test your will, intellect, and power. And beyond these doors, you will, and you see that the rest of the inscription is lost. And just basically, not scratched off, but like, the rest of the message is lost to the passage of time. And it's written on the door. And the door is 20 feet tall, by the way.
Pick a door.
Yeah, I don't suppose we know which door would lead to which way.
3 keys, 3 paths.
Basically, we gotta complete 3 tasks to do something with these skulls, and it'll be a testament of our prowess in certain areas. Like I said, I don't think it really matters which one we start with, so...
I'm gonna start walking over to this door.
Okay.
I follow.
Is that everyone?
Unless half of you want to go to the other side.
Huh? Want me to go the other side?
No, we're not splitting the party up, Ichabod.
Okay.
Relax.
Alright. As you guys go down, halfway through, and by the way, as far as like distance, this is like halfway through because I'm gonna pop another one in a second. Halfway through Axius, make a perception check.
A 19.
Okay. You see clearly these are tiles leading up to the room, and you see that this tile is different in comparison to the rest of the path. You see that this tile is a little bit more outward and it's not fully into the ground. You think this is like something different with this tile in comparison to the rest.
And I was like, wait, let me check this tile real quick, and then I'm gonna see if it's like a landmine or something. I don't know.
Investigation check.
Can I check the walls?
Sure, investigation check.
11.
Okay. Wait for Rico's roll here.
20.
Axius, you look at this tile, you see that the tile from the ground is like this, and you can see that it's some kind of pressure plate of some sort. You think something might happen. Rico, you look around the walls, there's nothing around the walls. However, you look up in the ceiling, and there's a hole in the ceiling. And you don't know what is up there. but you do get the sense, based on your investigation, that this is some kind of trap of some sort.
Is the entire room lit up?
You're not in the room yet. This is the hallway. At this point, you're halfway through the hallway, so light is slowly dimming.
Got it. I was gonna put Rico in front, but I'm gonna essentially say, hey guys, let's just avoid this pressure point. Let's go around it. Let's continue on. All right, nobody touch. I'm gonna slink around it and just start scanning the floor to make sure there's no more pressure points as we keep walking.
Okay, cool.
Same.
So you guys walk. You guys shimmy around it, no problem. You shimmy around it, avoiding it, and you get to the door. The door says, reading here, find the courage, find the strength, find the will to push through. That's all that it says on the door.
Can I open it?
Okay, let me pop up this map then. We're changing maps. Boom. Here's what you see. You enter the room, there's some space. The room,
Hold up.
height-wise, is 6 feet. And whatever you see here, you see just a bunch of tiles go into the opposite side of the room. And yes, each tile is 5 feet. This is basically half a football field down. And the height is 6 feet tall. And you see that there is like a platform before you enter it. And on the other side, you see a green key dangling on the opposite end.
Did you just say this door is the courage door and the green skull was the closest one to it? Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's what's in front of you.
How many feet is the key away from us?
Each square is 5 feet.
Give me one sec. 5, 10, 15, 20.
100 feet away.
Yep. Half a football field, basically.
Perfect. So I have 100 feet of rope. I look at Ichabod as like, you have 50 feet of rope, do you not?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. I'm gonna tie all the rope together. I'm gonna ask Anea, can I borrow your dagger real quick?
Sure. She gives you the dagger.
Perfect. I'm gonna take that end of the rope and I'm gonna start swinging. So how big is the key?
The key is about the size of a key, so let me just
A
give you
real
my
key. Okay, so I can't do this.
So, like, hold on. Let me just show the stream. Basically about like this size key, but slightly bigger.
Everyone gets 11 temporary hit points.
Yep, as the green cloud pops from this cannon. But you feel better, Blue. This is weird. This is some kind of magical device that Rico just popped up. So
11.
Alright.
11.
Rico
yeah.
used 11 temp. Maybe write down for Nada too.
How tall is this room?
6 feet. So it's just your height.
Alright. I'm
Okay,
going to tie my +1 dagger to the other end. And I'm going to look at Ichabod as like, alright, if we can somehow jam this into the wall above it and jam my dagger into the wall right above us, we could shimmy along, avoid whatever this is, and grab the key and go.
Are all the tiles the same color, or is there any lettering on them or anything?
No, there's no lettering. There's nothing. They're all the same color. It's just a bunch of tiles that are slightly separated a bit, but other than that, it's just all tiles.
How would you feel about me throwing this pebble?
I was gonna say I'm gonna take a copper piece out of my pouch and throw it on the tile.
Just the one in front of you.
Yeah. If I'm standing right here, I'm gonna throw it to
I'm gonna
Like
make
right
sure
here?
I'm not standing next to him.
the
Alright.
second tile.
This one.
Yeah.
You throw a copper piece on there. Nothing happens.
So is there a space between us and these tiles, or is that just for
That's
reference?
just for player reference, as far as
Okay.
spacing is concerned.
So it's actually connected to the platform that we're standing on.
Yeah, it's just that there is like a platform. This is like all one floor, but there's like this space here before the tiles. You see that these walls are pretty much right next to the tiles. So as far as shimming it, it's not going to be possible unless you somehow creatively do it. So
Can I skip a copper piece like across the floor? I just want to
Sure.
hit like as many tiles as I can.
sure. So you hit the copper piece. It goes right here. Nothing happens.
I'm going to take my spear and push down on the plate that's in front of me.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. You press in front of you. You see as you are applying pressure that the pressure plate goes down. I need you to make a con save.
Oh shit.
I'm starting to think
Ooh.
this game is loaded.
Oh no. So, good news.
So that'll
and
be a
bad
total
news.
of 2.
Oof. So good news and bad news. Good news, because you're not fully on it, you won't take full damage. Bad news, an electric current runs from the platform that runs up to the spear. Luckily, you're Blue Dragonborn, so regardless, you'll take half damage, which is 1d6 of lightning damage, but you'll take half of this because you're a Blue Dragonborn. You take a point of lightning damage. So it's like, as it like shocks through your system. Keep in mind, this is just half the damage of placing your weapon down, so. And I just marked it on the map so you all know that that is a dangerous place to be on.
So, any other ideas?
So again, I have a dagger. We can throw it to the wall on the other side, jam my dagger into the wall behind us, and shimmy across.
I step out on this plate.
Okay, let me check. Okay, Rico, you step on that plate. Nothing happens.
See, you just gotta be brave, and then nothing happens. Totally safe.
Did the tile that I was pressing down on come back up, or is it still pressed down?
It comes back up, and there's electric sparks shocking on it. So you know that's for 2 reasons. Number 1, you know that's a bad platform. And number 2, so I can mark these down so you don't forget.
So you got this then, and I'm gonna sit down.
I need to look
Okay.
up the rules for jumping.
No, you can easily walk on each platform. There's going to be no checks walking on each of these tiles. So
Well, I was
But
just
you do
thinking
get-
about if I could jump over one.
you can. At that point, we would do need an athletics check. The DC is like a 10, so you need at least a 10 or more to jump over.
Alright. A jump.
Right?
Uh,
Which one? Which one are you jumping to?
The one I'm on now.
Okay. Okay, make a check.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics.
11.
Yep, easy enough. You jump to the next tile over. You are in the 1, 2, 3. You're in the 5th row. Make a con save.
Cool. 19.
You succeed. You'll be taking half damage. That being said, you roll 2d6, which is the full damage. 5 points of lightning damage. You get electrocuted as you're standing on this platform. Do you stay on it afterwards?
No, I jumped to the next one.
The next one forward?
That one.
Okay, athletics check.
Oh god, 5.
You don't. You go to the one behind it. So you trip. So,
2 steps forward,
Sorry,
1 step back.
sorry, I have the answer key and I'm just making sure stuff doesn't happen. So you're on the 5th one. You skip that.
Can I just say
Alright.
that I just run over all of the tiles and I
Oh, you
do
can,
the
but
temporary hit
consequences
point
can. All right,
thing.
so
like every time. Just like
You can
so
do
here's the
that.
thing.
blasting
So
this
here's the
little
thing.
cannon.
Well, hold on. Let's resolve this first. You go onto the tile. And they would just confirm. So you are on number 4. Nothing happens.
All right. So, can I just like run by all of them and do the cannon thing?
Oh, you
On every
most
tile?
certainly can. The cannon thing that's one action, right?
Bonus action.
Bonus action. And what is your movement speed?
25.
Okay. So you could move your full 25 feet of movement, and you could cast as a bonus action, taking the temp HP. We'll do that first, and then when you get to that point, you'll find out whether you get shocked or not. So it's going to be a lot of damage if you guess wrong here. So just confirm which path you're taking as you're moving 25 feet.
Well, I mean, I'll just do like one step at a time, but
Oh, this is going to be long and arduous.
yeah, because I can't afford to do. You know what? I'll run. How about 4 squares at a time?
Sure. So you run 4 squares. So
2, 3, 4.
straight down. Okay. So far, so good. Oh, wait. Can't see.
Oh. Oh
Only
god.
one.
Nope.
Nope. All right. Take another 2d6. You go across the platforms. Okay. Oh, it's not too bad. You get on the last one. You take 8 points of lightning damage. You get electrocuted. Do you stay on it? Or would you like to continue?
Yeah, I'd like to
All right.
continue.
Move another 4 squares. Use another bonus action for your cannon. How many times can you do your cannon?
Unlimited.
Unlimited? Damn. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Move another 4 squares, sir.
That's 13. One, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Let me check my sheets. Okay.
I'll turn
Good
back
news
and
and
go. It's cool. It's totally safe.
bad. So let me just see this real quick. Sorry for the long wait. I'm just checking my cheat sheet here. Okay. So you cross 2, safe spot, and then you land on a 3rd. Make 3 con saves.
Oh god. 12.
Mhm.
Nat 20
Nice.
and a 5.
All right. You succeeded on 2. You failed on 1. So hold on. Let me just go to my dice roller here. So I'm just gonna roll 2d6 and times it by 3 just to make it easy. Well, I'm gonna
Sweet.
first. This is full damage. So no, not 3d6. I only want to roll 2. So this is no, not 3. It's like skipping 2. There we go. So I'm just gonna times this by 3. So 7 times that by 3 is what, 21?
Yeah.
So 21 lightning. And then this will be half. The next one will be half damage, which is 3. So total of 24 points of lightning damage as you run across and you get electrified.
Succeed on 2 and fail
You
on
succeed. So you ran across 1, 2, 3. These 3 here. And then you skip that one, and then you land on the current one. So that's 3. So you succeed. Yeah. So you failed 3, and you succeed on 1. So you're still taking damage, but one of them
1.
was
You
half.
said I succeeded on 2 and
Oh, I
failed
did?
on 1. Yeah.
Ah, I see. Oh, that's why I'm looking at my math wrong. My bad. That is on me. Because this
I only
square
got
isn't.
31 hit points. I gotta be careful about this.
Hold on. Let me just erase this square here because I messed up. Oh, there we go. All right. Do you stay on the current tab, or would you like to continue?
How much damage did I take?
A total of 24.
Yeah. Damn.
You stay on it. How are you
That's-
guys reacting? You just see Rico getting electrified every so often.
That's with 2 successes and 1 failure, so I take 24 points.
Hold on. Let me just see this real quick. Let me just double check your rolls because I'm managing a lot of stuff right now. So let me just see here. Okay. Okay, there's my roll. Okay, I see. So you rolled 3 times, so 12, 24, and 5. Okay. So we'll say I'll have the damage, so we'll say you'll take 12 lightning damage for now, because I'm not good at math. So you'll just take 12 total lightning damage, we'll say.
Alright.
Do you stay on your current tile?
No.
Would you-
I'm gonna do
would you like
the what's it called? Cannon.
Okay, you do the
So
cannon.
that's
That's it.
8.
We'll assume you'll do this before you jump right off, so.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4, and then run 4 more ahead.
Okay. Okay. One second.
School
You
guys.
were here, right?
I was just running in
You're-
a straight line.
Okay.
I was on
But
the
you were-
last blue square.
So this one? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I need you to make 3 more con saves. That's the
Deal.
last one is safe. How are you guys reacting to all this? Anaya's like worried for your safety.
21.
Okay, that's
21.
1 success. Another success.
5.
So 2 success, 1 failure.
I'm just like looking at him and looking at my rope and just like, this is a good idea. What the fuck?
So 8 times it. So 8. So we'll just say those are the 2 you succeed. So 8, 8, half that. So total of 8 from the double. And then this is for the failure. 8. So you take a grand total of 16 points of lightning damage. Alright. The square you're currently on is safe. Blue, Ichabod, how are you two reacting to this?
Well, I was going to ask, is there any sort of noticeable difference between the tile that I pressed down and the one that Rico originally stepped on?
No. All the tiles look alike.
So there's no discernible markings as to which ones might be trapped?
Nope.
I'm gonna trust Enrico and I'm gonna start heading to the room on the other side.
Okay, you just yeet out of there. All right.
These floor tiles better turn off when I get that fucking key. That's all I'm saying.
I'm like, Axis, we might need that rope. If you wait a few minutes.
I pass him the rope and I take my dagger out of it and just attach it back to my 10-foot dagger, improvised weapon, and I
Sure.
walk over to the other room. I was like,
Sure.
hey, let's go.
She's kind of confused. She doesn't know whether to go with you or to stay. Alright.
I give her that look like go with him.
I'm gonna jump.
You're gonna jump. All right, athletics check.
God, that's a 1, an unnatural
Ooh,
1.
you stay where you are. You just trip on yourself. You just stay where you are.
All right.
I'm actually going to do something stupid, probably get myself killed.
Oh boy.
Use my movement to move 40 feet. So
Mhm.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35,
It's
40.
a 10 to jump.
Okay, so
That
you
would be
just walking
reflected
across that. You just walking across that.
Were these two not connected?
No, they're all right next to each other. I'm just asking whether you're just walking in a straight line or jumping.
Yeah, no, I'm running straight line.
Okay. Let me just check my map.
buddy.
Yeah, this,
Yeah,
like I
you're
said, something stupid.
That's
And
rough.
that's just the first part of my move. I had
Mhm,
other
mhm,
stuff
mhm.
planned.
Yep. Cool. Boom. The first one was good. The rest aren't. So I need you to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 con saves. But you're a blue dragonborn, so you'll take half damage from all these.
Yeah.
So let's see how good you are.
All right. So you said 7?
7 con saves. Let's do it. You're rolling 70-20s. That'll give you one total result, so just one roll at a time. You should just be able to just click on like con save and just click it on your plus modifier. So.
Yeah, first time. Oh, okay.
So click that. So this is 1. That's a failure. So that's 1 fail.
Do you want to do this square by square so we know when I pass out?
Yeah. So yeah. So luckily you'll be taking half damage on all of these because you're blue. So this is for the first one. So 4 lightning damage because you're blue. All right. Make your second con save.
I'm so close.
That's a succeed. You'll take half of half. So it would have been 10, 5. So we'll just say 2. So you take 2 lightning damage from the second one. Third con save. That's another succeed. 4. You still up?
Wouldn't it be 2?
Yeah, that was 2. So still
It's
up.
4 plus 4, so 8. So slash that to 4. So slash that by 2. So yep, you're right. All right. Another con save. We're down to what, number 4?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a total save. Nat 20. The lightning on this one doesn't even phase you. Make your another save. We have your inherent dragonborn abilities. That's a succeed. So you'll take half and half. This is when math comes into crew. Cool. Okay, so 8, 4,
Right.
so another 2.
Another 2.
So that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a total of 7. So let me just double count here. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you got 2 more. So make another con save. That's a success. Rolling dice. So 9, half that to, we'll say 4, half that to 2, so 2 lightning. Make your last con save. 8. You'll be taking full damage, which is halved for the next one. So
And of course, I
7,
failed the
reduce
last
that
one.
to half that, so 3. You still up?
Still conscious. Barely.
Do you want to stay on the current one, which is currently electrified? Okay.
Well,
Which path?
with my momentum, would I be able to? How far can I jump?
You can jump based off of your strength score times
Which is 8.
8. So this would be negative. So I'm assuming it's just a standing jump. So strength half by 2. So your strength score half by 2. So
Well,
That's what it
originally
says.
what I planned was to move, use my main action to dash, and then use the key point to dash, which would get me all the way across.
Wait,
if you want to do that, yep, you can burn a
I'm
key
not even
point
in
to
the
move.
room. I can't say anything.
Yep.
I mean, that was the
So
plan, but that was before I
so-
saw that I'd run across 7 plates.
Yep.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
You are out of the room. So
Like out of character? Oh, no, fine, that's fine.
you're not there.
Uh,
You get no input. So, Mariko, what are you doing? You see your newfound friend Blue getting electrified as he's just like running across from it. But it's not
Oh.
affecting him as much. But you see
I
he's
was
started.
muted the whole time. I'm like,
Oh no!
hey, dummy, go back.
Oh.
I'm already there.
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
What the fuck are you doing?
You stand on that plate. Nothing happens.
All right, I'm jumping.
Okay. Make an athletics check, Rico.
Let's go. Nat 20.
You actually make it to the platform with the nat 20.
Fuck
You're
yeah.
little, the key's in front of you.
I'm the king of the world. And I take that fucking key.
You pull the key. You see that all the floor tiles just sink down, and all the electrified ones that were electrified the whole time just dissipate. The floor is safe to walk
Take that,
on now.
motherfuckers! I'm not doing the next one.
Yeah, I thought maybe when on the door said it was a test of will and courage, maybe if we just blindly ran across. Obviously, that wasn't the right choice.
All right, congratulations. You now have a key. So let's skip to the lobby. Let's go back. So Axios, you shimmy around it. You know the trap is there. So we'll just say you're in the area right here at this point. You hear Rico scream, "I'm the king of the world, motherfucker!" And at this point, okay, all right. Hold up, you're getting too antsy. So I'm assuming you guys all group up and go to the next one.
I was going to the next one ahead of them. I was waiting, like, while they were
Oh, yeah.
doing that. I
You're
was
hearing
like,
all this. All right. So what is the rest of the party? You're halfway there. Axios, whatever inherent magical abilities you have, both with your runes and just your inherent tiefling magic, seems to dissipate. You feel like the magic that you had is, as you get halfway through the tunnel, it's just all of a sudden like, you don't feel any magic now. It's weird.
Question. Is my
Answer.
giant might considered magical?
I would say yes.
But my rage isn't. Okay.
Your rage isn't. That's just you being angry. So, but you feel like
Everyone
your
gets-
rune magic, along with your inherent tiefling magic, is just turned off. You feel it, and it's weird. And they goes to you, is like, "Are you okay?"
I got a feeling we're gonna be doing some blunt force trauma. I'm gonna investigate the floor again for like any tiles as I walk my way to that room.
Make an investigation check.
Everyone gets 13 points of temp HP.
Okay. Well, everyone but Axios, so because he's not there.
Wow, a 6.
It's weird. Magic. You walk through this part, and your magic is turned off. But you look at the walls, and it's actually quite dirty on the walls and stuff like that. But it's just dirty walls and dirty
That's
tiles.
Even the floors?
Yep. It's just very dirty.
I'm gonna keep on walking through.
Okay, you walk on through. You still feel no magic. Do the rest of you cross this threshold at this point?
Yep, following right behind him.
All right. For the clerics, you feel like your inherent magic / your connection to your gods is just disconnected like that. You being an artificer, Rico, you always feel like you've got the wonderment of magic in your mind, as your magic is based off of magical creations. All of a sudden, we can't create a magical thought. It's weird. This has never happened to you. And then as far as your clerical side, you feel a disconnect to your god, Anubis.
Can I backtrack?
You backtrack. You feel all the magic coming back.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay over here. You guys go ahead.
Can
So-
I check my weapons?
Your weapons, once magical, your weapons are fine.
Like +1 dagger and +1 longsword.
Yep, your weapons are perfectly fine. But yeah, I don't think you have any magical abilities of any sort. So as far as you know, you're just walking through a tunnel.
Nope, I'm just plain Jane.
I'll
Hey,
spend
man.
this time to cast mending on the broken longsword or short sword.
Sure, you work on that. The rest of you see a door, and it's actually no. So it's not there. You see no inscriptions on the door. You just see a door that leads into the next room.
Do we still have the temp HP?
Yeah, from Rico. Yeah,
And what about my dragon breath? Would I still have that?
you still have that. But all
I
your
hear them
magical
coming.
abilities, quote unquote. Say again?
Do I hear them coming?
Yeah, you turn around and you see your comrades walking by.
All right, I'm gonna wait for them before I open the door.
Okay.
And when they get
Hey,
around,
you-
when they get close, I was like, "So you guys were successful, right?" I'm gonna take that
You might
silence as a yeah, and I'm gonna just turn and open the door.
You turn
Sorry,
around and open the
something was-
door.
Yeah.
You
go
turn
in.
around and open the door, and you'll see what's behind it after we take a break. So we'll take a quick 5 to 10 minute break. bathroom break, snack break, whatever you want to call it, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes and see what lies ahead. So we'll. And we are back. And as you can see, the room has changed. So, for everyone except for Rico, you just stood back and just fixing a short sword. You four enter a room. You see in each corner a pillar. One of the corners has a pillar that has a brazier on each one, by the way. This one has a brazier of fire coming out of it. One seems to have a stack of stones on top of one another right here. The other has a bowl of water, and the other has like an electric like circling in some kind of ball fashion. And in this center here is just a radiant light that is like showing all of the room, so everyone can see it. And underneath that pillar, there is a tablet that has some kind of word that has words on it, and that's what you all see.
I'm gonna go up to it and try to read it.
It says, "These created the world, these can destroy the world. Separate, they're powerful, but together they are nothing." That's all that it says.
Alright, dang it. I'm gonna look at Anea. I'm gonna say, can you go by the one with the boulders? I'm gonna go by the one with the fire.
Okay. She goes to the one with the stones stacking on top of one another. As you guys go to each corner, you see two faces as well. As it sits in the corner, there's like one side showing a picture, the other side showing the other. One side shows, in your case, Axius, fire, like a camp, like humanoids surrounding a campfire, and then the other opposite side of the wall shows like a forest burning. For Blue, you see lightning, basically lightning / wind, like blowing what seems like to be in one general direction, blowing the breeze across the land on a sunny day. And then on the opposite end, you see a lightning striking a tree, basically breaking it in half. Ichabod, you see water. You see like the surface of a water that has all the nice fish and whatnot. But on the opposite side of the wall, you see like the deeper waters where it has like weird monsters and creatures and such. The images are unrecognizable. And I'm not gonna tell you what Nea sees because you guys aren't there. So with that in mind, what would you guys like to do?
Is there a basin in the middle of the room?
This center, you're talking about like this center with light in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is basically similar to all four of these, but this one is basically has a glowing light that's showing all of the room. You get the feeling that this is the only light source of the room.
But there's not like something we can put.
No.
Okay.
What do you guys do?
Well, I've got what looks like a thunderstorm over the plains on one side and a tree being struck by lightning on the other.
What was the inscription again?
The wording?
Yes.
It says, "These created the world, these destroy the world. Separate, they are powerful, but together they are nothing."
Does it look like this basin is attached to the stand?
It is attached.
I'm gonna look over at Nea. It's like, can you grab a rock and bring it over here?
You could see her try to grab the rock from like the stack, but she's having a hard time. I guess she's like, I think it's stuck atop of one or the other. She's like trying to pull with two hands.
Relax.
But
Stop. Can you just switch with Ichabod? Ichabod, can you try to do this?
Go get a rock.
Yeah, and just have her and Anea. Can you try to grab some water and bring it over here?
Are there any writings on the other sides of the pillar?
No.
It's just on the front side, the writing.
Yep.
The writing back here.
Okay. And there it goes here. So you look at the back. Nothing is on the back. You go over there, Ichabod. You see in one side of the wall, you see basically humanoids stacking like tall stones to create a house. But then on the opposite side, you see like boulders coming down a mountain onto the humanoids. And you see in this basically bowl / basin, you see a tall stack of rocks just stacked on top of one another.
Which side of the bowl has the tree being struck?
It is, let me grab my highlighter tool. It is on this end, this side here. Basically this side of the wall.
And then on the opposite side is the storm.
This side here.
Oh, I'm facing this. Can I put my hands on either side of it and see if it turns anything?
It moves a little bit as you are turning it. There's not a lot of movement created from the current basin, but you see, like, as you're moving it, the rock slowly tilts back and forth, but you see that the actual bowl is barely moving. And as you, like, put it to rest, the stack, like, stands still.
I go back down to hers and try turning her the water one the same
You
way.
see that the water, you see the water like swirl in it a bit.
It doesn't slosh out.
It doesn't slosh out.
When I'm turning it, does there appear to be anything in the water while I'm turning it?
There's nothing in the water. There's nothing in the water. It's clearly just water in a bowl, and it's just swirls around as you are like moving the bowl.
Axe, try to turn yours. Blue, same thing.
All right, you turn yours, Axius. The bowl moves along with the fire, but you're resistant to fire, so that's not a problem. Blue, you do yours. The lightning is like striking all around the bowl as you are moving it, and it shocks you a bit, but it's not like the shocks you've encountered in the last room, obviously.
I think we somehow need to combine all 4 elements to figure this out. Can you bring a rock over here? Can you bring some water over here? And can you bring some lightning over here? I'll bring fire over to you, Blue.
Can I do one more thing? I try to turn this one in the middle.
The middle one does not budge.
On that, then I'll go over and try to grab a rock myself.
You try to grab the rock, and it's like you try to pick up a rock from the top. However, when you initially try to pick it up, it doesn't budge.
Can I try to scoop some fire out?
You try to scoop some fire out. You see a fire like burning on your hands a bit, but as you take it slowly away from the bowl, you see that it quickly dissipates on your skin. It's a burn mark there, but obviously it doesn't harm you that much.
Putting my hand in the basin, how does the lightning react?
So you're putting your hand all the way in, basically in the center, right?
Yeah, as if I was sticking my hand in a bowl of water.
As you're sticking your hand in, you see that the lightning's concentrating in the center point of your hand. It's like as like a source to strike it.
And
Can I do the same with the fire?
You do the same with the fire. It's just like the fire's like coming through your hands at this point in the center of the bowl. But your hand is like burning to a crisp.
With my other hand, focus and try to bring the lightning through my arms towards the center bowl.
Kind of like a daisy chain of sorts?
Yeah, kinda. I don't really know how else to explain it.
Okay. You are a blue dragonborn, so lightning conduction is not a problem. However, I do need you to make a concentration check to see if you can accurately do it, since you have not done anything like this before.
And this would be what?
I would say a D20 plus your con. I would say this would be an intelligence check because you're trying to figure this out. So D20 plus your intelligence modifier.
So 17 total.
You strike the lightning to the center. You strike it, it goes through the light. As it does, Ichabod, you see a bolt of lightning striking towards your general direction. You manage to dodge out of the way. As it does, it hits the stack of rocks and it actually knocks down the tower of rocks. As it does, the rocks scatter, and as it does, you see the bowl of this basin begin to close up as if it's some kind of sphere, and it just sinks down as it sinks down to the ground.
Well, that wasn't what I had in mind, but it's something.
Could you do the same here with the fire and water?
So let me just remove this thing. It's gone.
I yell to Axes and pick up one of the rocks and toss it over to him.
I would say make a dex check to see if you are able to grab it before the latch closes.
Dex check.
Yeah, because it's like...
Ah, crap. A 3.
Nope. You crush your fingers, unfortunately, but you manage to pull them out before it sinks down to the floor. You try to do the same thing.
I thought rocks fell on the floor. Those were the ones I was going
They fell in the bowl of the basin.
Oh.
So, yep. Axios, you're gonna try to do the same thing, basically?
No, I'm asking Blue to do the same thing with the fire and water. I'm not doing this.
Oh, okay.
It seems like I literally perceived that as a monk-only skill. I was like, no. It's like, because it's like Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's like, I'm not a monk. I can't.
Okay. What are you doing, Blue?
Okay, so lightning destroyed the rock bowl. What's the girl's name? Anea?
Yep.
And call over to her. Try putting your hand in the water and focusing on putting out the fire.
Okay. She tries to do the same thing. Nothing. Let me just make a concentration check on her. What's her intelligence modifier? 11. Okay. Let me just make a check. Boom. Boom. It's just a standard D20 roll for her. It's not enough. She dips her hand into the water. She tries to do the exact same thing you do, but nothing happens. She's like, it didn't work. Am I doing something wrong?
I'll go down.
No.
I'll get her to move away, and I'll put my hand in the water and try to point it over toward.
Okay. You try to do so. I need you to make a D20 plus intelligence modifier.
12.
12. It gets halfway up to your body. And as it does, it just falls down, basically, onto the ground. Half your body soaking wet.
I'm gonna try it just with the fire against the water to steam it.
Okay. Make a intelligence check.
It's 10.
10, it's not enough. The fire goes through your hand, and you feel the fire going through your body as it usually does because you're a tiefling. It gets halfway, but then as you point your finger to the water, nothing comes out.
Look, I'm not a monk. Just...
Is the light in the middle doing anything different since the rock's gone away?
Nope.
The image on the sides, have they changed any?
Nope.
Could I make a
Rico.
history check to see if I would have at any point learned about how the world was formed with these elements and how they interact with each other?
You can either make a history check or a nature check. Based on what check you do, you will get different information.
Okay, this would be a history check.
Okay.
For 18 total.
Cool. I'll get back to you in a second. Rico, you successfully able to bend this basic short sword back together. What would you like to do? As you're basically in the lobby area, just chilling.
It's only been about a minute at this point.
A couple of minutes, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna chill.
Okay. We cut back to this. With your
Quick
history
note.
check, Yes.
Quick note: the skulls that were up by the door. Did the green one look different, or one of
No.
the? Okay.
All right. Based on your history check, these are the 4 basic elements of the world. Most cultures slash religions slash histories basically use these 4 elements as core to their beliefs, along with their, connection to nature, and obviously there's deities that represent these constructs. But based on the history, you do know that these are the basic fundamentals of creating the world. That's really the only information you're asking is like if these are related to the creation of the world, correct?
Yeah, I just didn't know if obviously water puts out fire, lightning is devastating to structures that mankind builds.
Yep.
I was just wondering if there was like any sort of interaction I could have gleaned.
Okay, so as far as interactions concerned, you do know that the elements, and based on the wording of the tablet, you get the feeling that obviously opposites do stuff to one another. So obviously, water puts out fire, fire, base, water puts out fire, lightning, takes down structures and such, whereas other ones don't usually do. You get the feeling that opposites of these elements might help you solve your problem.
Can I try the fire thing again? To try to aim
Sure.
it again?
Make another intelligence check.
15.
Yep, just doing it. So you point, you try doing it again, and this time you get the full brunt of it. And as you do, basically a firebolt shoots right into the water. Most of the water just smacks, and then whatever remains just steams up. And as it does, you see the ball close and come back down. Boop, this one is gone.
I'm gonna pull out my water skin and pour it over the fire one.
You pour your water skin all over it. It's basically emptying out your water skin. As it does, it extinguishes the flame. There's nothing but smoke and ash. And as it does, this ball closes and sinks down. There's only one that remains now.
Are there any rocks on the floor or on the walls that are detachable?
Make a perception check.
13.
You're able to find some debris on the ground, like a few rocks, but nothing like big or whatnot.
Is the ground made of stone or dirt?
It is a bunch of tiles on the ground. These are actual floor tiles.
I'm gonna take as much debris as I can and try to throw it in the lightning, see if it's enough to snuff it.
Okay. You put the... I'm just gonna be a token here to represent this. As you're breaking the tiles and creating like all this rock and such. You throw it in the middle. You see that the lightning attracts into it, like at all these points, until eventually the lightning shocks stop. The rocks of the lightning dissipate, and then the bowl closes. It sinks down. As it does, the center of the room, this light source, it brights a bright light, and as it does, it almost blinds all of you. That is the only then now it is complete darkness. And the only thing that remains is grab this token. Here it is. The only thing that remains is this key in the center that is glowing purple.
Perfect.
And
I'm going to... Ichabod's going to go grab it. I'm going to go grab Anea, have her piggyback off me so she can't see. Come back to Blue, pretty much motion him over towards the door. And I'm assuming Ichabod's grabbing the key, so I'm leaving with the two of them as he's grabbing it.
Alright, you're grabbing the key. Good job, guys. It's a good thing you didn't use the same elements, otherwise bad things would have happened. Select. Alright, Rico, you finished fixing your sword, and you're just chilling there. You see the rest of your comrades coming out. Some of them smoking with, some of them are smoking, and some of them were electrified a bit, but you think that they're okay. And they seem to have some feeling of accomplishment.
We got the key!
We got the key!
Let's go down the third door then.
And I'll
One more.
hand Anea her short sword.
All right, she has her short sword back. Let me write that down. Sword.
As he's doing that, I look at Rico. I was like, "Do you have a melee weapon at all?" I never asked.
No.
You should probably keep a short sword. I mean, she has a pike and a dagger already.
More of a magic kind of guy.
Yeah, but last time they got up and close and personal with you really weren't able to do much. So you should probably keep this.
See if I can even use it.
How big is the short sword?
It's a standard short sword size.
Or as I like to call it, a sword.
Yes, for you, Rico, it is a long sword. So
Is it a simple weapon?
Have it,
Or martial
no.
weapon?
I think you might end up having to take her dagger and she gets back the short sword.
Why would she need a short sword if she has a pike?
He can't use a short sword. He can
Yes, he can.
she inclements and says, "If you need it, Rico, then you could take it. I have Axius's pike," and she points to the pike. "And I also have this dagger too," and she points to Axius's dagger.
Just look that up.
Will it let him use his short sword?
A short sword is a martial weapon, and I can't use it.
Oof, that's
I'll
rough.
take the dagger though.
Oh, okay. She gives you Axius's dagger. You give her the short sword.
Can anybody use a short sword? And I look at Blue.
You see this trade going on with your dagger being given to Rico, and you see as she takes the short sword.
Yeesh. Alright.
I can use it, but I don't need to.
Is this a regular dagger or +1?
It's a regular dagger. It's actually just a regular dagger that he started with. Alright. So all you're going down the middle path?
Yep.
Alright. Axius is leading the way. Halfway down, Axius, make a perception check. You're not good at these so far.
Ooh, still good. Dirty 20.
Yeah. You see holes coming out from the side of the walls as you walk halfway down.
I'm investigating the floor to see if there's any loose.
Sure, make a investigation check.
Freaking
I
spikes
will
on
do
this.
that too.
Sure, make separate investigation checks.
Oh, 9. I can't investigate. Squat.
21.
Axius is looking at it and he's like, "There's holes in the wall." You look at the ground. There seems to be nothing on the ground. Rico, you clearly see that this is some kind of trap with basically a pressure plate probably headed somewhere beneath the dirt and whatnot.
I think this is some kind of trap. Probably another one of those pressure plates again. Also, if you're going to be doing investigation stuff, maybe have me do it, because that's like my only
shit.
skill.
I'm gonna grab Rico and just throw him to the front so he can investigate and find the friggin' pressure point.
You
I
clearly
just
see the
figure
pressure
it's
point.
like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like right there, bro.
No, he wants to be all passive aggressive about it. It's just
No, I'm just trying to be helpful.
yeah. And then we just start shimming away from that said pressure point and continue on.
Alright. And the rest of you follow suit, I'm assuming?
Sure.
Alright. You shimmy around it. No problem. You get to the door of the next room. The door says, "The Guardian carries tremendous weights on its shoulders. Do you have the same strength to carry all that power?"
I open the door.
Next room. Let me show you. So, this is a bigger room in comparison to the rest. It's a circular room, and on the opposite end of the room, you see this 10-foot tall, 10-foot wide, what seems like to be some kind of construct of sorts, covered in plate mail. But in the center of the plate mail, you see a glass orb in the center of its chest, and it's wearing basically full plate mail armor. But you see wrapped around this thing's neck, you see a chain, and around on the chain is a red key there. and it is on its knees at this point, just looking down, basically like a deactivated machine of sorts.
Is it looking down at the thing it's holding in its chest?
It's looking down at the ground.
And you said
And
there's
our
an
magic.
orb?
Yeah, there's an orb in the center of its chest.
And our magic is working at this point.
Your magic is working at this point. All of your magics.
Fuck yeah.
Mage-handed. Let's get out of here.
Who has Mage Hand?
Okay.
I don't think it'd be quite that simple. Dor said something about bearing the weight. I assume that this would be a test of strength.
I think we just have to beat the shit out of it.
Looking around at the walls, do we see any paintings or anything?
No.
Can I sort of grab Rico and with his help investigate the statue to see if like it'll come alive or anything of the sort?
Hold on. Before you get halfway, when you get halfway, you see the statue react. It goes, stands at full height, and it's like
Yeah,
in
of
a
course.
guarding position. And it's guarding, basically.
Just gonna turn around to talk to Axios and go, please put me down.
Is it guarding the orb in his chest?
It's in a guarding, fighting position.
Is it holding a sword and shield, two-hand weapon?
It is. It has big, giant gauntlets, and it's basically like in a defensive stance.
I think we just beat the shit out of it.
I don't think it'd be that simple, but it may be.
Blue, how are you doing health-wise?
Is that temporary HP still up?
Unless it was removed somehow. Should be.
Then I'm doing all right.
I'm going to put Rico down and I'm going to slowly step forward.
It's being in a more defensive stance than when it was as you get closer and closer to it. What do you
How
do?
tall is this room?
10 feet tall. Basically the height of this creature.
Does it seem to move quickly?
Yes, it's like very reactive, it seems.
I would like it to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
4.
Fairy fire.
Fairy fire, or what?
What's that?
Does it impose any condition of any sort?
Just illuminates it, so it makes it
Okay.
easier to hit.
So here's what happens. He doesn't make the save because as soon as you cast the spell, the effect of the spell happens, you see the orb glow and just suck up the spell, and now it's in its chest. You use the spell slot. So you guys all see, and you guys gotta get closer too. You guys just see this thing just absorb a spell.
What kind of check would that be to try and determine what sort of effect that would be?
Would be an Arcana check because this is magic related, but it's still in this defensive guarding stance now with a glowing orb in its chest now.
Nope, I know nothing.
It's the first time you've seen anything like this.
Can I try that same check?
Sure, make an Arcana check.
24.
Yeah, you as an artificer get more information. This is clearly a construct of sorts. Its purpose, you think, is to guard something. Clearly, it hasn't done any actions to you. As far as the magical effect is concerning, it seems to absorb your spell, and the effects of that spell, of what would be that spell, is embedded in its chest, and you get the feeling that it can use it as its chest orb. Basically, contraption is some kind of absorber, and then it can release it at any point, but it can only hold one at a time.
How many? Dang it. I'm gonna Can I simultaneously rage and giant smite?
Sure, I'll allow that. We haven't done combat yet. You haven't been aggressive to it.
I'm
So
gonna
you
giant
gonna
smite,
make you
go
do.
into a rage, and I'm gonna pull my halberd out, and I am
Uh-huh.
going to attack the orb with my halberd.
And this is where we roll initiative.
Sweet.
So let me change the music real quick.
30-20.
Nice.
Oh, I really wish I could get another spell out, because if it can only hold one at a time, then
Right.
maybe I can affect it.
Should play music. If it doesn't, let me know. Should be playing music. If not, I can disconnect it and bring it back. Still playing
I
that
hear
nice
music,
though.
it's just, yeah, very gentle and
Just can-
calming.
This is not the time for calming music. There we go. Should work now. All right, gentlemen.
Here's the Final Fantasy.
Oh,
I can't play it on Twitch. I'm sorry.
Lawsuit.
I don't want to get sued.
It's Conan.
All right. Axios. Which roll on initiative?
30-20.
Nice. Rico.
13.
Ichabod.
6.
Blue.
13 as well.
Between you and Rico, which one of you two would like to go first?
Who has the higher dexterity? I have
Got a
+1.
12.
You guys can decide, so I don't care. So
I'll let you go first.
Alright.
let me roll for Anea. Anea's initiative, which is just a straight roll. Wow, she got a 1. And let me roll for the for the Guardian. Which he rolls an 20. Wow. Alright. So, before we can even start initiative, Axios, you attack the golem. However,
Attack
it is
the
in a
orb.
defensive.
I attack the orb.
Okay, so you would make an attack roll. However, I need you to roll at disadvantage. It seems to be very reactive to your attacks.
That is a 14.
Miss. He easily blocks it and moves it out of the way for your attack of the orb. So now we get into initiative. Again, who wanted to go first between Blue and Rico?
I will.
Axios, you're first on initiative. What would you like to do, buddy?
Well, if he's gonna protect the orb, I'm gonna attack the guardian.
Attack roll. Just
That is
again,
a 16 to hit.
doesn't hit. He blocks it.
I'm gonna take that information. I'm gonna back up just a little bit, 5 feet, and that's my turn.
Yep. Okay. We'll say you're here. Just keep it in between the squares, please. Guardian's turn. He, as a bonus action, he will use the orb. He concentrates on the orb and fairy fire. What is the range of it, Rico?
I don't want to tell you.
I
60
command you
feet.
to tell me. 60 feet. Cool. Everyone make a dex save.
Are you asking
Well,
for
it's
the
only-
range or the area?
Yeah,
The
the
area of
area is a
effect.
20-foot cube.
Wow.
Cubes.
7.
7.
Well, hold up. So he would move here and then do it. So that would be John Square, and it's a 10-foot cube.
20-foot.
20-foot cube. Yeah, so he could get basically Blue, Axios, and Anea because that's the largest concentration of enemies there. So all 3 of them have to make a save.
I failed.
You failed.
Never mind my save.
You are blind. Ichabod, you don't have to make a save because you're not near
Yeah,
it.
well,
She fails. Anea fails, unfortunately. Gotta look up fairy fire.
It just gives
So-
you advantage to hit them.
Alright, it gives advantage to hit. As it does, it will use its action to get into this defensive stance. It has not yet been aggressive to you all. That being said, Rico, it's your turn. What would you like to do? See, this Guardian has used your spell against your comrades, but it has yet to make an actual attack.
So, I'm gonna use my spell rot tattoo, and you see, what looks like a glowing halo tattooed on my skin
Nice.
as I cast Sanctuary.
You cast Sanctuary. He absorbs the Sanctuary spell.
It doesn't affect him; it just affects me.
Okay, that doesn't matter. Because as soon as you cast a spell, it gets absorbed into him. So now it is absorbed into him.
I'm starting to
Using
think
another
if we
spell.
cast spells in this thing's area, it will absorb them.
But if it's targeting myself, he absorbs
It
that?
doesn't matter. You cast a spell, it absorbs it.
Okie
So what else would you like to do, kind sir? I think Sanctuary only takes a bonus action, right?
Yeah.
So what would you like to do? You still have your action.
Axios, do you still have temporary HP?
I have the 8 from when we entered the cave.
Okay. I guess I'll just take the dodge action.
Okay. Blue, you are up. It has absorbed this spell, but it has not yet been aggressive to you or your comrades. What would you like to do?
I will walk up to it.
Mm-hmm. It gets very defensive at this point. Like it's ready to block.
And hold my hand out and say, I will take it.
Make a persuasion.
7.
It looks at you like... Just looks at you weirdly. But it seems that has not taken no aggressive actions to you yet.
And that's all I'm going to do.
Okay. Next, it is Ichabod. The enemy has not yet attacked, and you see Blue try to talk to it, and it seems to understand somewhat.
What the hell? I'll 5, 10, 15, 20. Get up behind him, but I won't attack.
Alright. Alright. What would you like to do from this position?
I'll tell him to give the crystal up.
Make a persuasion check. It pulls out the orb from his chest and puts it out. You see the orb is glowing with some magical essence in it.
Can we see what's in it, or is it just like too bright to see what's actually in it?
In the orb is magic basically going on in it, as you have observed earlier. And it is just handing this out to you.
Would the key be underneath the orb in his chest?
Nope, it is around the chain basically.
Oh.
So it's like he's wearing it as a necklace basically.
I'll put my, I guess, bonus action, put my hand out to receive the
Yep.
crystal.
Sure, you have his orb now, which has a sanctuary spell in it. Alright, Aenea's go. Seeing all this, she goes up to it. And she says, "Can I have the key, please?" D20 roll. Yeah, it's just a straight roll for her. Wow. Plot armor. It considers it. You guys get the feeling. It looks down at the necklace, and then looks down at Aenea, and then looks down at the necklace, and it looks down at Aenea. That's all that it is doing. It is considering it, basically. But that is what she is going to do. Axios, it's your turn. You see Ichabod holding an orb. You
How
see
heavy
like
is
this
it?
giant.
Does it look like Ichabod's struggling with it?
He is holding it. It's basically like a medicine ball, basically, as far as
It's not
weights.
heavy.
So it's not as heavy, but it's still kind of heavy. So. What are you doing?
I'm going to walk up to him as a giant and put my hand down and say, "Can you give us the key?"
Make a persuasion check.
Never intimidation, always persuasion.
Well, you're not yelling at him, so you say, "Give me the," unless you want to. So
I could. That's a 4 anyway.
yeah, it's just gets back into defensive stance.
Did I try to? Dang it! No.
Mm-hmm.
That was an action to speak, right?
To try to persuade it, yes.
I'm going to. I'm going to shrink die. I'm going to end my turn there. And I think I lose my rage because I wasn't attacked or attacked. So, yep.
You lose your rage, and you're gonna stay put.
Yep.
Guardian's turn. He's kind of unsure what to do. He can't use the orb, but he will still be in a defensive stance. Next, it is Rico. It's your turn. What would you like to do?
He is muted. You are muted.
You are muted, bro.
All right. I'm gonna do the help action for the next person that tries to convince him to hand over the key,
Okay.
and I'll give them.
Blue,
guidance.
you're up. Sure. So, Blue, you're up.
Knowing that I'm not very persuasive, I'm just going to step back and let somebody else try this.
Okay. Ichabod, you're up. You're behind it. You're carrying this basically orb with magic in it. It's like a medicine ball, like a 20-pound medicine ball. So you have this weird orb though.
I'm gonna try to move away. Just
Sure.
See if he attacks me then.
Okay, move.
Where was it? I was here, right? Okay.
You're yellow.
25, 30. I'll move
He
over
doesn't
here.
attack. He does not attack you.
Okay.
You see Rico's mouth just watering to get his little hands on that globe.
Alright. Is that gonna be it, Ichabod? Alright.
Yes. Well, with my
Okay.
bonus action, I'm looking at it myself. Do I see any way of getting into it, or
Getting into what?
the orb?
Nope. You well make a Arcana check at this point. 10. This orb has magic. You don't know how to use it.
Right.
All right. Anea will go up to the guardian and says, "Please, can we have the key? We don't want to fight. Please." And she will make a straight roll.
Does she have
With
advantage with?
Oh yeah, she has advantage because Rico's going on.
Rico? Yeah.
Rico,
Plus a D4.
Rico, how do you help Anea? Plus a D4 as well. So, how do you help Anea exactly? Like, what do you say?
I'm just kind of mimicking what she says and trying to act
Okay.
friendly to this thing.
Sure. So advantage with the D4. Straight roll. 18. He's getting more convinced to give up the key, but he's still in defensive stance. Top of the round, Axios, you are up.
Ichabod's there. I'm gonna stand up right next to it. right over here.
Yep.
I'm gonna look it straight in his eyes, and I'm going to aggressively say, "Can you please give us the key before things get really antsy in here?"
Intimidation.
11. Oh, yeah.
It stares bleakly at you. If it had eyes, it would just like glint at you. But you get the feeling that he's not being as persuasive as you thought you are. So it's like if he had eyes. So
I really can't do squat. I'm gonna use my bonus action and shrink back from giant smite back to regular size. And
sure.
that is my turn.
Okay, let me shrink you. You can move into one of these 4 squares. I'll let you decide. Creatures go. It stares down at you, Axios, and it just stares at you, but it's still in a defensive stance. That being said, it is Rico's turn. What would you like to do?
Same thing. Hold the help action with guidance.
It's blue.
I have no idea what I would do. Because I don't want to do anything hostile to it yet.
As far as you know, it hasn't been aggressive. It's been thinking about whether to give you the key or not. Right now, it's kind of a 50-50 joint. So,
Yeah.
what does your character do?
He's just gonna sit there until either it gets aggressive or it hands us the key, because he has no persuasive ability whatsoever.
Alrighty. That being said, it is Anea's turn. She says, "Please, we just want the key. We just want to leave. We'll let you be alone. Here." It all comes down to this, folks. There's 2 successes and 2 failures so far. So this roll determines everything. And she'll get advantage and guidance. So first roll. It's not quite enough advantage. So 13. It is
even with
still
the guidance.
Yes, even with guidance. So that's because hers is just a straight rolls. So
Yeah,
with
she
the
added
13,
D4.
she did add a D4. It did account to it. So she rolled a 9 plus 4 from the D4. The giant just stands there. Your guys are unsure of what it will do. It is Axios' turn.
What stance is it in?
It's still in a defensive stance. It's like doing that the whole time.
And am I aware that it's not going to be persuaded into giving us the key?
You're unsure.
Is there any way to do an insight check on that?
Sure, I'll allow it.
I think you skipped me.
Did I?
I think so.
I went before Anea.
Oh yeah, you're right. I skipped you. My apologies, but would you like to do anything?
I will hold up the crystal and go, "Hey, I'll give you back your crystal if you give me the key."
Persuasion check.
I'll give the crystal. I want it so bad.
16. It considers it. It walks to you. You exchange it. He gives you the key. He does. And he puts it out in front of you.
I'll take the key with my left hand while I'm holding the crystal up with my right.
He takes the orb, puts it back inside, and then he deactivates. Combat's over. Or quote unquote combat is over. With
Okay.
words, not weapons.
So I got a purple and a red key.
Yep.
I walk up to the robot and try to activate it.
Make a intelligence check.
What the fucking crystal.
It's still glowing with the magic. Let me change music here while you do that.
Just a straight intelligence roll?
It's a d20 plus your intelligence modifier.
8.
You don't know. This is like machines before you even know machines, bro.
Bro,
Sweet.
give me that crystal, bro.
No, let's finish this before the other people come. We might be days away, but we still want to get out of here before they even show up.
All right, what do? You have
We have
all
that
your
go.
keys now.
We got
All right,
all the
let me change the
keys.
map. Change the map real quick. You guys are doing really well. All right,
Can
you're
I
back
try
out.
to talk to it real quick?
Sure.
Robot,
What do you say to
please,
it?
crystal.
It doesn't
Please.
say anything. It doesn't do anything.
All right. I guess I can move on.
All right, it moves on. You guys get back to the lobby at this point. This is the current status right now. You
Ichabod,
obviously
pass-
go around the dart pit, obviously. So
Ichabod, pass me the purple key.
All right, fine. I'll keep the red key.
Perfect.
all right, all three of you go up. You see that there's keyholes in front of each one.
I put the key in.
All right,
I
you
wait
put
for
your key-
everyone else to put the key in before we like try to simultaneously turn it.
All right, you put your key into the skull head.
DEFCON 4.
All
On 3.
right.
1, 2.
Turn it.
Turn
All
the
right.
key.
Okay. You all turn your respective keys, and as it does, the skulls go. The magic and the glowiness fades, and the skull like falls apart. It's an actual skull holding it together, and one by one, the skulls release the chain. And as it does, the chains. If my mouse would allow me to just grab the skull, it's not allowing me. Why? We'll just say. Why is it just moving the map? I don't want it to move the map. Okay, it's not allowing me to move the map. That sucks. But all the skulls like fall down to the ground, and this chain that once held us together also falls as well, as long with a magical gleam just dissipates off the door, and it cracks a bit.
Let's go.
Should it have done that?
Can I peek through to see if there's anything on the other side?
You do. You see that there is a coffin on the other side of the room. You also see some bodies on the ground as well.
Are they moving bodies? Or are they?
Nope.
Do they look
There's
like they'll?
just corpses on the ground.
And there's a coffin.
Yep, and there's a coffin towards the other side of the room.
Can I
Is any-
try to use my hands to like make a bigger hole to get through?
I mean, you could open the door. It's open.
That's fine. I'll do that too. Yeah, no.
All right.
I had a different
Map
visual in my head.
change.
I was like, oh.
Unless you want to
Skull.
peek through the cracks.
Do these look like fresh corpse or?
Oh,
are they
I'm gonna
like-
get to that real quick, Ichabod. Let me change to the
Okay.
final room. Boom! Here it is. So you guys go in. You see exactly 8 corpses scattered throughout. Based on the corpses, they're not fresh, but they've been there for a while. As these corpses are scattered, that's what the skulls are there for. And across the way, you do see what seems like to be a coffin raised up high on a higher platform. And you see that there's clearly something written, like a sign, right before the stairs. You can see some kind of sign on a tablet there.
Can I read it?
You go to it. It says,
No, I didn't want to go to it. I wanted to literally stay where I was, not make a
oh,
move,
okay.
and read it.
You cannot read it from where you are.
Even with my dark vision? Oh, okay.
I mean, it's writing on a tablet, my dude.
That's fine. It was, like, I'm farsighted.
So, what are the rest of you doing?
Is it dark in here?
It's not, because there's still lighting coming from the lobby, so everyone can see this.
Okay, so looking at this body just right here,
Mm-hmm.
how is it like a skeleton? Is it a zombie body with some flesh? Freshly dead?
Make a medicine check.
21.
Hey, based on the condition of the corpse, it is not fresh nor is it old. It's kind of getting into the state where it's slowly showing the skeleton of whatever this corpse is, but there's still flesh in some parts of the area of the body. So this ain't like a brand fresh new corpse. It's been here for a bit.
Just to be safe, can I start with this skeleton and start decapitating them?
Oh,
Sure.
what type of clothes are they wearing? Do they look like they're wearing robes or just common clothes or?
Well, I'm glad you
Sorted.
asked, Ichabod. So, let me get my highlighter. So, I'm assuming you're just going all around the room, right? Checking out
Yeah.
these corpses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Decapitating as he's checking.
almost as you're decapitating them, you see that almost all of them are wearing armor of some sort. Majority of them are wearing light armor for the most part, but there's most of their weapons are either just basic longswords, which at this point has been very rusted, short swords, and one of them even has a bow and arrow with
Let's keep the
about
heads
3
separate.
shots.
Maybe
How
put them in the
old is-
bag.
How old is the bow and arrow? Is it still usable?
The bow is fine. The arrows, you're not too sure. You see that the arrows are in poor condition, especially the arrowheads, which at this point is rusting off. But you could
That's
probably
fine.
salvage the arrows. But you know the bow is still good. It's a little old, but it's still doable.
Long or short?
It's a short bow.
Right.
I'm gonna grab the short bow and hold on to it.
Okay, you have a regular short bow now.
I wasn't gonna use it. Is the quiver? Is there a quiver that's still ancient?
There's
or...
a quiver holding 5 arrows in it.
I'm gonna grab those too.
You grab them.
Do
So you're
all of,
decapitating heads.
Are there any pouches on these dead beings?
Make an investigation check.
do all of these corpses look kind of similar, like they've been here a while and are starting to rot?
I need you to make another medicine check.
I would like to loot a body.
Make an
17 on
investigation
the
check.
investigation.
Okay,
Another
I'll get you
21
in a
for
second.
medicine.
Nice. Rico and Ichabod, based on your checks, you're able to grab about 50 golds worth on them as far as money wise. That being said, Blue, what was your question? I'm sorry, I was just checking checks.
Just checking the general decomposition of the bodies, if like they've been here around the same amount of time, or if one looked fresher
All
than the rest.
all the bodies here, everything I said about the first corpse applies to the rest of them. You get the feeling they've all been around all around the same time.
After I'm done decapitating everything, I'm gonna head to the coffin and see if I can open it.
Well,
Right.
how old is the armor and the weapons? And I mean, like within the century or?
It's starting to rust, but these are basic weapons, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, our era or like a decade before.
Probably a generation or two before, roughly. But you aren't
Alright.
too sure. Axios, you go to the coffin. Would you like to read the tablet beforehand? I'm assuming.
Yes.
It says, "Here lies Vecna, the former god of the Liches, aka the king of power of the undead kings."
Damn it. Oh, man.
I mean, I have a feeling that liches are about to whatever. Fuck, we got to do this. We can't have them take the third skull. I'm open the coffin. See if I can't
Oh.
find that red skull.
Well, here's a quick
Get
question.
chains and chain them shut. Keep them locked up.
We need the. Where's the red skull? We need it.
Well, do you read out what's on the sign before you open it to us? Because
I'll
I'm-
read it out to.
Let's
Fine, I will
take
read
out
it
the
out to
map.
them. I will.
Let's take out the map and just make sure that we're in the right place. that the Red Skull's even here.
I didn't feel like I had my hand on it, ready to move it, and they all just talk. I was like, fine, fine. God.
All right. You pull out the map. You pull out the Ankh. At this point, Rico, you pull out the Ankh. As it does, it points directly towards the coffin, with against your movement. It is just pointing at it.
I just look at them like I told you so.
I think Mr. Anubis says it's in there.
Tell Anubis to bite my.
Fine. I am going to back up, give the short bow to Anea. It's like, here, grab this. Take this, and just aim, just in case, whatever. And back up. Back up towards the entrance, take the short bow, and if anything happens, just fire.
She's ready to fire.
Side.
Okay.
And then it hasn't been 24 hours since our last long rest, right?
It hasn't been a full 24 hours yet, no.
That is correct. All right.
You've been in here for roughly about an hour, we'll say.
Nice.
So.
We're working fast. I am gonna kind of do like a 1, a 2, and then I'm gonna push the coffin open.
Okay. You push the coffin open. What you see is you see a corpse just chilling in there. And as it does, you see, first off, a crap ton of gold in there, along with a wand and a book. But most importantly, you do see at the head of where this corpse would be is a red skull, and it is glowing. However, what you and Ichabod also notice that everything in this coffin seems to be covering in some kind of red powder of some sort.
Is it missing its left hand?
It is.
What about its eyes?
I mean, there's no head other than the red skull there.
Okay.
All right.
You said it's doused in powder?
It's like this entire inside of the coffin is doused in some kind of red powder.
I put my blacksmith gloves on, or I have them on anyways.
Sure. Okay, you put on your gloves.
I look at axes and I slowly start moving for the head.
I'm gonna stop him.
Oh.
I'm gonna stop him. I'm gonna pull out my 50-foot of rope and I'm just gonna drape it over for it to touch the red powder first and see what happens.
Okay, you touch the red powder with the rope, right?
Yep, I'm backing up and then I'm like just throwing it in
there.
there.
You touch the red powder. You touch the red powder with the rope. You got a little bit of red powder on the end of the rope.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. No.
No explosions. Nothing.
Nope.
Right. I'm gonna slowly grab the book and the wand and start to read the book.
You touch it with your hands?
Oh, wait. I get in my blacksmith tools. I got one of those big things that...
Oh, the clampers?
Tongs.
Yeah.
I have Rico's freaking Smith's tools. I'm gonna grab those.
Try to blow the powder off.
All right.
I'm gonna grab the book with the tongs.
The book is covered in this red powder.
With the tongs, I'm gonna open the book and read it.
Okay, you read the book. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as the powder is entering
into
your lungs.
That's a natural 20. Get out of my face with this con save.
The dust from the powder goes into it and go. You slowly not start to breathe. You're like, and you open the book. Judging from this, it's a book of lore of some sort. What is your intelligence modifier?
+1.
You know it's a book of lore. You haven't read it yet, so.
Can I read it? Am I able to
You can read it if you want.
And I, pull my shirt over my nose and then try to go for the wand?
Sure. You have a wand, but it's covered in powder now.
I'm away trying to get all the powder off.
Yeah.
You try to get all the powder off, so. But you have a wand now. So yeah, you have a wand.
So it's not a book of spells?
So I'll get back to you in a second. We're
Right.
resolving Rico now. So you have this wand, Rico. Would you like to investigate the wand?
You know, keeping my shirt over my nose, I'll try to get as much red powder off as I can.
Yeah, you do
without
so, no
burning it.
problem.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll investigate the wand.
Make a Arcana check at this point. See what its magical properties are.
23.
You have a wand of magic missile.
Yeah, boy.
Blue, Ichabod, you're trying to get rid of as much of the powder as you can. Blue, you want to do anything while all this is going on?
I'm just waiting to see if something happens, ready to cast an offensive spell.
Okay, and Nea's still holding her action. Actually, as you read a couple pages, you see that this is some kind of lore book from way back, like thousands of years ago. You're reading it, and it's chronologically telling events of like the coming of the three kings of him. Let me just look at my notes here. This is more notes, so pardon with me here. Okay, so you see you read a first-hand account of Vecna talking with a Sirak and this third individual. You see that the name of this third individual is not mentioned, but it's basically planning something for the near future that would benefit all three of them. But this was thousands of years ago.
I'm gonna, as soon as I'm reading and I realize it's not a spell book, because that's what I originally thought it would be. Seeing the wand there, I was like, oh, wizard book, spell book. Okay. Seeing it's just lore, I'm just gonna close it slowly to make sure I don't inhale any more dust. And
Sure.
put it in my backpack for now, and then
You have a book of lore from Vecna now.
I am going to look at everybody and say, "Are you ready?" Before I reach out to the actual Red Skull and take it.
Should we try
With the
not to
tongs.
touch
With
it
the
our
tongs.
hands?
With
Okay.
the tongs.
How much
Yeesh.
was I able to like?
Yeah,
roll-
you're able to dust most of it out, so it's not like a problem or anything like that. You're able to get most of the dust away from the skull.
And he goes to grab the thing. I'm putting my hands on the lid to pull it shut as soon as we get the skull out.
Wait, how much gold is in there? Wait. Wait a minute.
How much gold? Wait a minute.
Time out.
Wait a
How much
minute
gold-
here.
How much gold are we talking about?
You look at it, it's at least 5,000 gold pieces.
I
Isn't
look
money
at Ichabod
like
as like, could you melt this and make this into something?
Probably, but gold's not that strong and doesn't keep an edge. Anything, we just spend it.
isn't
Alright.
gold kind of meaningless now?
Okay, I'm just looking at metals. So I just grabbed the skull.
With the tongs. Alright. You reach with the tongs very carefully. Everyone's poised up. This skull that is like giving this like general aura glow. All of a sudden you see like eyes glow where the eye sockets are and goes and it rises. Luckily, Ichabod, you cleared most of the powder, so none of you have to make dex saves. However, this weird ghostly red figure that was once covered in this red powder now rises up and it has a crown sitting on top of it. And we'll see what happens next week.
Of course.
All right. Next week, we'll see
missing
whether you
an
will
eye?
die or you will level up. So,
Is it missing an eye?
you have to find out next week.
Missing a head.
So, next week, y'all, we'll see if our brave group of adventurers either die or level up. So, until then, guys, we'll see you all next week. Take care.
Bye.
Right.